Hey guys, so it has been days since you see me on here, and the last time you see me on here, I wasn't even in good shape. I was under spiritual attack, and believe me, if I would go in detail at the spiritual attacks I go through, it goes beyond what you can call. We solidly make a case it's a brain thing. Um, I've been through stuff like sleep paralysis during the daytime twice in one day, like in a row. I've been needs deep. I'm not going to go into detail about the spiritual attacks I undergo, but it's more of a constant thing. But that particular day, I was definitely not even in any good shape to make a video, make like a good, good expose, a good, you know, really, um, good in quality expose. So um, I wasn't in good shape that day, and I wanted to just tell you guys that have been putting up stuff about Mario to just take videos down. No one needs to see this. Though I don't get why you make such a point. No one needs to see it. I don't think it's even a big deal. I mean, what is the big deal that stuff be exposed? I mean, what is the big deal? I mean, you can expose that he's a narcissist, narcissistic issues. No one can see pictures of his penis in ungodly, profane, appalling things. No one needs to see that. So, I even from the true perspective, Christian perspective, and from a very rational and logical and ethical and a very classy, sophisticated perspective in a secular world, that's not possible. So there's not even. No one needs to see that. So I've been going through things. I I'm really wanting to. I have certain things I want to do, and before I can do the things I want to do, I get permission from God that I can. He wants me to do this. This channel has, of course, I can edify you guys, teach you the Bible, and answer. Of course, I can edify you guys. But this channel is for evangelism. I've been given a gift in which I could use on here that I have been using on other social media platforms, where I could use to reach out to the lost. Um, but it just depends on what direction the Lord points me into. Nobody's really watching this live. Hopefully, I pray I get some viewers in this thing, so this can be turned into something. But I think, I mean, I really want to try to be like a debating thing, where so I can cover more topics so I think of them. But debating, um, contention between, it's more where more of a valuable and a useful in quality of material is presented. So I really want to do some debates on here, but you know, I could debate Arnor. He didn't object to it last time. Last time did it, but I quit replying. I think I could just go and actually take him on and go through his hopes. As in, you know, he's arrogant, but that debate with Arnor is something that I really want to. You know, he's arrogant. That debate with Arnor is something I really want to have happen, because he's deceiving a lot of people. But when you see how much of a moron Anwar is, then I mean, I don't come on. When you see how I was thinking better, more sophisticated word, more doesn't sound like anything mean. When you see how fallacious he is in philosophy, especially history, this guy, all he has behind him is a good vocabulary. He doesn't have solid intellectual, like really solid critical thinking skills, and critical presentations of logic and truth. So, this guy, again, I can back this up, because I just had to do some get back on and do some conversing with him. But I guess now a bloodlet just popped on. I guess I can open the link up. Let me make sure I put the thing on. Turn this into a biblical discussion. So when you first come in, the whole thing about is to make this interesting. None of your listen. I pretty much already had a debate with an agnostic, a new Greek, and new Hebrew. He was like pretty much an intellectual, and I refuted him multiple times, admittedly, and I refuted him to the point he backed out of the debate. He backed out of the philosophical side because I was stumping him. He would say I would catch him. So I have debated the intellectuals, and this guy was actually not. He was stupid. Like, he could think, but your Anwars, they're so not that smart. They can't. They're delusional. This guy could think. He just wouldn't admit. He wouldn't admit to the truth, but he would admit when I debunked him. I've multiple times got him. So, so people in your intellectual side know that I'm a threat, and know that I'm good at what I do. So don't think the atheist wants to call me a moron. Then you come on here. You come on here, and you see which one's a moron. And you guys couldn't handle my questions. I've debated with some smart people, and I've only been kind of stumped once. And not really stumped, more like I couldn't even really debate with them at that time because I had to be quiet. But you guys, You guys couldn't handle what I need to make sure I'm being humble. Because before we started this live, I was in, but, yeah, there's some party going on. I need to make sure I'm not on the floor. You guys know, one of my major battles with sin is pride. And, I was rebuked. I was, exposed for pride publicly in one of my, recent lives. I don't try to come on here in pride. I just have a stronghold in pride. And, I don't try to, I know my battle with pride. That's why I spiritually prepared. Like, I fasted. Before I had a discussion with Renee Rowan, I fasted, try to weaken the stronghold of pride and try to get into the spirit, which I succeeded. And people commented and gave me compliments of my gentleness. Because I spiritually prepared before that debate. I know about pride, but I don't want to excuse it or justify it. Pride is way deeper than you think it is. And anyone that would accuse me for pride, you telling me how hard you are taking down your thoughts and you are subduing your emotions and you are, I fight my pride. I'm not trying to, I'm just saying I fight my pride. When you are, blessed by God in areas, you're gonna battle with pride. It's like God gives you the tree, and then Satan comes along and says, "Is this really from God? Does this make you into a big thing? Are you really just a servant? Are you some great thing?" And I have some spirit. My walk has some deficiencies, which hinder me being in the spirit, in which gets me under spiritual attack, in which I need to take care of. I haven't really been on YouTube much. I hadn't really flowing in the spirit. I could have, I should only have videos I could have done. Honestly, this is not even the right time for me to really be on YouTube because I have stuff I need to take care of in my own walk in regards to prayer and scripture time. But even before I got on here, I wasn't to become newborn, to become born again is when you truly believe on the Son of God, and when the Spirit comes inside you and He transforms your innermost being, in which, when it comes to your emotions, your motives, your thought life, the center, if you examine the person's conduct of his being, every part of him is directed, instead of being primarily against God, it's for God. It's for humility. It's for to glorify God. And you can still wrestle with sin, but when you examine the person's thought life and the intents of his heart and his desires, it's to obey God. It's when being born again is when you're lost, you're born with a presupposition to rebel against God. Now you're born again with the presupposition and the intuition to obey God. So there's a difference in desires and in hearts and in souls. You get a new soul, you get refathered, you get a new bloodline, and you awaken to your true spiritual purpose. Being born again is deeper than one explanation. It's a very deep thing. Just a lot of scriptural scriptural concepts are very deep, and I've gained more wisdom over time. More I've been in the same with the Lord. I've been in the same for 2015, December 2015. I really began to grow in wisdom and all that like a year after. I wasn't always like this. Like, God really gave me intellect and all these things like recently. I mean, what? So that's the work of God. To be you reawakened. So, brother, if you want to come in and ask me questions, you can. Why aren't you watching Eliyahu? So why you? So anybody that wants to join, the link is in the top. You can ask me a question. Just make this live useful. Guys, if I get permission to like come on here and do what I could do, then you're gonna see something new. I guess I would announce it in a future video if I decide to do it. And I'll tell you how this all came to be. And it's just one way to reach the lost. You know, it's you're gonna see it, and it's just like one way you get their attention. So I've been doing it on my social media platforms because I didn't get to do it. I came out. It took time for me to really come out and to really do it. Cause I don't want people. But I'll announce in the future. I feel permission and leading my Lord to do it, because it's gonna affect my channel as well as the. So anybody that wants to join, any atheist or anybody wants to ask biblical questions, Google, we can get some easy believers on here. We can have another debate. Can a Christian have a demon? I mean, I've guys, I'm not being proud to say this, but I've had Wolf Bitten forfeit, basically forfeit in the debate. Forfeit in the debate with me. He lost the debate. A guy who's bigger on YouTube lost the debate with me on a Can a Christian have a demon? And I brought up Greek, I brought up scripture, I answered his objections. He didn't have any solid argument for me. I've examined and debunked scholarly theological arguments of them like Tony Evans. So I've had one of your big debaters, Wolf Bitten, forfeit, lose the debate, admittedly. Basically, admittedly, indirectly, he admittedly lost the debate. Nobody had one person when I was ignorant, when I was less wise, less good at, had a lot of wisdom. I only lost maybe like one time, and I was less wise then. And the easy questions, easy things he brought up, and then he had wisdom. But since then, I've had to whip and forfeit debate. Because you can't, you have no basis to debate me that a Christian can have a demon. It's not there. You make assumptions, you make assertions. There's no solid scriptural thing. There's no Greek text. Nothing. There's no solid theological expose. There's absolutely no basis to say that a Christian cannot have a demon. That's just a solid fact. Any person, you're gonna have to know Greek, because I'm gonna bring it up, and you're gonna have to be part of it. And I'll bring up scriptures, I'll bring up theology, and then just this has been one of the main doctrines I've hold it. I came to Christianity in, and I have defended it, and just be humble, but I have basically won a debate with one of the big debaters, and one of his issues, he came after a big ministry, so I went after him, and then that was one of his issues he had. He didn't bring it up to him, at least what I've seen, not as much. He lost the debate. So, I just want you to know that you got no basis. You're just gonna use your feelings and your emotions and your vain philosophies. You have no scriptural basis. I can name many scriptures. That's not my case. I can name theology. I can name Greek. I mean, you got nothing. It's just an utter fact that a Christian can have a demon, and they have demons. It's an utter scriptural theological fact, and there's no solid defense against it. I've been on the channel. I've responded to the objections. Like you guys are better off defending your easy believism than you are trying to say Christian cannot have a demon. That's how weak your argument is. So just like to just let you guys know, it's just a complete fact. Anyone that disagrees with me can come on here and debate. I'm being bold because I know what I'm talking about. I'm being bold because I have contended on it. I've contended it on Talking Doctrine. I've contended it with Wolf Bitten. I've contended it with, I've debunked argumentation. I've contended it with a pastor. I mean, I'm very confident. Not just I know my experience and stuff is true. I can know by scriptural and just empirical evidence in that sense. That's true. And basically, I think your better argument is to critique how we do deliverance. Some people from my crowd do it, as in from the ones I'll link myself with a crowd. I have more of a crowd in how I do deliverance. I could do deliverance many ways, more than one way, but this way I do it is more authoritative. It's more of an interactive way to do it. So that's why, and it's effective. So but you guys say, well, you people, you say fire, fire, fire over and over again. Where in the Bible does it say that? Well, in the Greek, when Jesus said out demon, or even in the scripture, he would say it was multiple times. So you read in the English, I heard in the Greek that when he said out, it was often or one time, multiple times. We was even in English, he said out demon. The demon that come out, he said out again. The whole thing that he just cast the demon out with his word all the time is a lie. And you say, well, Jesus never tortured demons in their tongue of fire. Well, I can make a scriptural argument he did. The demon came and said, don't torture us before our time. Obviously, the demon knew he could do it. And because he didn't, and not anything that Jesus did was in scripture. So to pick on something as measly as that and say we don't see him saying fire, fire, fire in deliverance. That's just a ignorant and a weak argument, because not everything he did is in the Bible. So he could have done it. There's no scriptural precept that says that would be against God's law, or that would be impossible for him to do. You have no basis to argue against. Pretty much nobody watching. Guys, I'll do guys, pretty much probably have to pretty much, nobody really watching, so there's I don't really have a lot of stuff talking about right now. Again, but yeah, guys, be blessed. I love you guys in the name of Jesus Christ. Bye.